is leaving us. That's all I think of as I prepare to leave too. I mean, because we're both leaving.
What?
That's pretty scary.
What's going on?
We're ready.
We're gonna meet in London.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We're live here at LASC, the only club in town that gives you real comics, real comedy all the time. And once in a while, celebrities drop by. I've seen this guy in the first true crime reality show ever called Second Verdict. He was on Donovan. He's on a new show on the Paramount Lots. And he's also a producer who loves comedy. And he's quite the original. Let's give it up for the one and only Johnny V. Let him hear you.
Baby.
Sorry.
You're good. No,
That comment wasn't on the plane.
What is the time you stop doing there?
Right? What would you ask me to do? That woman's great. You know, that's the girl you don't want to sit next to on the plane if you're a free spirit. You know, shit, can I? This is not going to move. It's not going to go down, right?
Johnny, you turn it.
Leave it like it is. Leave it
Take
like
out the microphone.
Not again.
Do your act.
Okay, no problem. All right, so Sunda says, do my act, God bless. And people who like to be funny. And shit that she says to me. And do I not love Sunda? Yes. She's a friend of mine for many years. So when you know someone that long, and you could take it from me, Mr. New Yorker, you let them off the hook. You let them off, though. You go, funny, Sunda. I understand what you're saying. You think and you say I'm not. But the truth of the matter is, she is the absolute truth. She knows. And so as I go on my journey in this comedy world, I am getting great help from Sunda Cronquist, who is teaching me stuff. Perez, who is teaching me. Hey, listen, I'm Johnny Vinokur, known as Johnny V for VH1, Scott Baio's 45 and single, which is old, it's a long time ago. I'm back in the reality world in Las Vegas right now because I'm trying to reclaim my fame because someone called me and said, Johnny, we'll give you a few dollars if you fly in from Miami and you want to do this thing. I went, yeah, what plane and can you get me business class? Unlike you, I took business class, and I was okay. I was able to lay down on one seat, and it didn't matter. It didn't matter. But I met those people with the feet. You know, the feet, they're everywhere. You know, with the feet. I told a foot story here once. Some man came into my father's restaurant. I was in restaurants for many years as well as my father. And a guy did come in, and he sat down and had his feet, up like this. Eating his, whatever it was, blackened catfish, which is the only thing good about what was there. Now, my father did not ask him, did not converse with him. He just took that man's feet and got rid of them. Next time you're on a plane, you know what? Don't be so nice. This is just a Jew talking to you. Don't be so freaking nice. I love this girl. She's, no matter what, even though she's not nice always, inside, she's of the southern accent. You got a lot of different dialects, but you're working off of what you got, and you're making people stand up and be counted. And if they don't want to be, you'll shut them down quickly enough. Imagine if I met this woman on the first class seats. I'd give my seat up to you. No disrespect, but I would say, you, honey, I want you to have my seat. I'm going to sit back here. Please don't hurt me.
Thank you, Sugar.
I like you very much. But better than you, and I don't say this because I know you're friends, is Miss Nigeria. Oh, Miss Nigeria is here in the audience. There she is. She doesn't like to be talked about. She doesn't like to be filmed. She doesn't even like to be looked at. But I can't stop looking at her because she is my Nigerian queen. She really is. And she's probably saying to herself, I'm your Nigerian queen? You make me feel good. Do you know what I mean? Because it's easy for you to make a person feel good. Just get on that track, Abraham, I call you, right? Abraham. Here's my thing. If you get a guy's name wrong, no big deal. But if you're on a date and you get someone's name wrong and you repeat that behavior, you're out. You are down for the count. I'm seriously.
Date over.
You know, one time I was on a date and I got Italian dressing on my shirt. So I thought the girl wasn't noticing, I was trying to be inconspicuous, so I pat a little bit over here, and anyway, it was nice to see you, I'm happy with it, and over here. 5 minutes down the line, my whole shirt was soaked. Now I'm thinking, is she looking at me? Does she even care about me? never peeped from her after that. I felt that maybe she thought I was a little. What's that called again? When you try to clean everything up in your life every
OCD?
second. Yeah. What's that?
OCD?
OCD? No, that's stuff you can't have if you're diabetic. What's he talking about? Doesn't matter, because when I see you on a plane, I will ask you to sit next to me, and I will serve you lunch if there's good lunch. If it's not a good lunch, I'll take you out later on. I am Johnny V. That's my nickname. I was on a show on VH1 for many years with Mr. Scott Baio. Yes, he's a Trump man. And you know, when I went in to buy a car, soon after that, the woman, Hispanic lady, looked at me and says, "Oh, I know who you are." Right? I said, "Oh, that's great." She says, "Don't expect a deal here." And she really said that, because I was connected with the show and Scott was a Trump guy. Why am I telling you that story? Because there's a lot of stories like your feet stories. You know, somebody was talking recently about a foot. Anybody with the foot fetish? Be honest, because no one's going to say anything. Right, Mr. New York? The foot fetish? No, I know you. Yeah, I know. You sit by the, where you wait for the bus and you're just looking at feet all day. Do you do that? Do you do it? Be honest. I do. I do. And, you know, I don't mind being honest here, because when I walk out of here, I will lie. I will lie, Miss Nigeria. And don't be mad that I call you that. I say that with all respect, you sexy Miss Nigeria. And the clothing that you design, God bless you. I'm a famous guy in my own right. I'm trying to reclaim. I'm meeting people like Copperfield and what's their name? Rich Little and Milton Berle, which I didn't even realize was a lookalike. He's dead. But you know, when you meet people, doesn't matter as long as you embrace them and you love people. I'm trying to regain my fame. I was famous. So I'm trying to do it again, and that's what I'm doing. I'm meeting guys like not guys, Beyonce, Leonardo DiCaprio called my home, you know, where I was staying at the Flamingo Hotel by mistake. I kept him on for an hour. He prayed to God that it would never happen again. But you know, I meet people like that, because anywhere you meet people, it's okay. You just have to, you know, take it. What do they say? Take one for the
team.
Thank you. Wow, you're good with that, right? Take one for the team. Sunda is taking one for the team right now, because I'm here. This is what she does love me and adore me, and at the same time, she'll run me over if she's not sure it's me on the road. You know, how much time? Good. I like that. You went from 5 to 3. 2 minutes down the drain. Oh my God! Look who's here. There's a person from the family here. God bless. Tova, right? Wonderful. She's a beautiful lady. That's Sunda's daughter. Wonderful, talented. One of her many talented daughters, and there's 2 very talented daughters. And listen, I think your husband's very talented as well. By the way, Mark. He's a comedian in his own right. I'm trying to figure this out, because, you know, let me tell you the truth. Listen, you know, everybody in Las Vegas craves fame. You know, it's intoxicating. It's addictive. Isn't that sexy when I say it like that? No, it's actually scary. What the fuck? I think I always remember The Exorcist when she turned her head around 5 times and said, "Someday I'll do that in my life," and it never happened. But all I'm saying is, I'm trying to regain my fame. I'm trying to get help from anybody who will give it to me. Anybody. Tova! Even you! God bless. Give me help! She's in England right now. She's doing great things in England. Where are you, Patty?
That depends on who.
Doesn't matter, Patty. I love you and I love your haircut. Abraham, you're my best friend. You know, I am going to figure this out, because I am reality TV's, you know, favorite reality star. I know that. You know why I know? Do you know why I know that, Miss Nigeria? Do you want to know why? Between you and me. Because I say so. And when you say so, and you really believe what you say so, then it's so. Right? That guy with the feet will never walk again. 1 minute. I love you. That's a funny story, but so many funny things do happen on the plane, you know. On my way here from Miami, a couple of people did get thrown off. So they're very, very fickle with that. They'll throw you off. Anyway, I'm here just to let you know that I will accept your help. And there's a suggestion box that on your way out you can just put something. Just say, "Hey Johnny, you know you should." You should do this, you know, or whatever it is. I appreciate the time here. Sunda Kronquist has given me guidance. She tells me where to go. You understand what I'm saying, right?
Gotcha.
Anyway, Sunda Kronquist, God bless. I'll be here again if I can make it here. I'm still using the skateboard. Check me out, Crashin' Johnny V, CRASHINJOHNNYV. Gary, you're cool. Peace out.
Man, you know everything about everybody in this room, but one day we're gonna hear Johnny's act. What do you say? Hi, guys. Just one day how you doing? That's right, you guys. If you have to leave early, always tell me, and remember that I am your recess. When I'm on stage, walk around, do your thing. Give it up for our producer, Ryan Benson, who's leading us. And I will always say give him a round of applause because I'm just a wreck, and I really can't believe that guy's never coming back here again, by the way. Ever.
By your choosing or his?
He totally flipped a
Oh.
little bit, yeah. That's like I ran up to my cleaning lady on the street and I played a joke with her, right? So I always tell her, get in the car, right? Because in Jersey, that's how we have a conversation. We say, get in the car, right? And it wasn't who I thought it was. And like she was fucking running away from me. I was like, it's me! It's me, it wasn't even her. She just had the same ponytail, you know, a certain look. It could be 5 in a row. And she didn't even speak Spanish, she's Mayan. Nobody should be speaking Mayan. Because I don't understand Mayan. I just don't understand it. But I want you to understand that without Ryan, I couldn't speak Mayan. So let's give it up for Ryan Benson.
All right.
Woo. Our guy makes it come true.
Swag.
Yo, everyone good? Everyone chilling, vibing? Good.
Do it.
When everyone comes in, if they come in during your act, just know that I hate you, like literally. I will stare you down. I forgot her name. She came in, and the nurse. I like that she, walk in, came just to go to the bathroom. So I'm just really, no, I'm loving it, you know. She's good. She's a good heckler. So be ready. If you mention her, try to, target her. It'll be good stuff. Oh, just in time to get pissed off at whoever's over there. Yep. You're the only person that will just come in no matter what. Next time, can you not do that, please?
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
This is one I called Sadness for Ryan. Yeah, I hate a lot of people.
With you. Fucking with
Just
you.
I just know that. I really don't like most people. Yeah, it's when you're lonely, you struggle to get. I don't know what I'm reading. Oh yeah, this is fun. If you're a lonely guy who struggles to get someone to even acknowledge you, just get on Grindr. You get all the attention in the form of rock hard cocks, but it's good. I mean, it's a life of just cocks mainly. Sometimes you get a good one, a good thing, but they all have dicks, which is okay because people are they get assumed. What the fuck are you doing? Did you remember what I said? Do you remember what I said? Wait till you come in, please. Yeah, can you go back, please? There. I'm tired of that shit now. I'm not a fan. I say it. I'm gonna lock the doors next time. Like every time, I'm literally gonna lock the doors. That's the way I'm running this shit. I don't give a fuck. Most of this is just yeah, that's my life. I don't even know what else I want to talk about. I did my second day of filming History Channel thing. Got a long ass hair. It's pretty nice. It sucked ass because it was so fucking hot. It was 95 degrees yesterday. I was just chilling with this giant ass wig. But it was good. I pressed a button. That was one of the shots. You don't really get to see my face, so it'll be great whenever it comes out. But acting's the life. Who doesn't love acting? Most of the time, my entire life is an act. But I kind of get pissed off a lot, if you couldn't tell. It's rare. It's mostly genetics, I think. I got all the good stuff from my family. Dad gave me all the anxiety shit. My mom gave me the depression. And I don't know where I got the right hair from. But my dad was adopted, so, I wasn't, an affair baby. I'm pretty sure of that, because, I've seen the pictures. If you don't believe me, because I've had people be like, "Are you sure you don't? The mailman doesn't look familiar?" Like, no, I'm fucking well aware the mailman doesn't look familiar because they're all women. I haven't seen a mailman in a long time. But yeah, it's real. It did come out. Cut my foreskin off too.
Oh.
Which, I'm kind of, I've noticed that it probably would have helped a ton to have foreskin. I don't see it's like it started off Jewish. I'm not even Jewish, but I don't got it no more. But there's a big resurrection of people that are coming back that want their foreskin. It's a hard, like, you lose a lot of sensitivity, so now they're stretching it out. So if you ever need a penis stretcher, I'm here. Anyone, you can turn clitoris into a penis now. There's lots of YouTube videos out there I can show you too that, like, they have full documentation of turning your vagina to a penis and vice versa and stuff. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. So you can come in now.
Oh, Jackie.
Thank you. Yeah, I had some anger when I got out. That's why I don't go up long. Just know that. It wasn't Jackie, no. No, yeah, if it was, that would have been way more funny.
We lost Jackie.
Oh, we lost Jackie. Did she just get...
She's taking a big shit. She comes to LA School of Comedy just for the bathrooms.
It's a great bath.
I know, but it's the toilet paper, so I don't know. Just ask her how toilet paper feels. Remember when she comes back up, just realize she took a massive shit, and just remember that. Keep that in your mind.
You know
Thank you.
what?
All right.
I gotta tell you something, Ryan. You're the only one that has ever been able to depict gay sex to me where I can imagine it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Grindr from Jersey is a sandwich. You know, and I thought Grindr was for everybody.
Well, some people might think it is.
And they might think it is, and I owe you one. I owe you one. It's not Carol Barnett, right? It's not Barnett Carol. What is it? It's two names, Barnett Carol, right?
Barrett
Barrett Carol. Right, it's Barrett Carol.
Barnett.
Barnett. No,
Barnett. Barnacle.
Barrett. Wait a minute. Barnett Hospital in Patterson, is not Barnett Hospital, and I never knew this. It's Barnert. Barnert. And so, because someone said, you have an accent. And I said, I don't have an accent, it's the Barnett Hospital, but people from Jersey, they drop shit, but it's Barnert. And I'm only saying that because I got all fucked up with you now, but I'm bringing you to the stage, so let him hear it. Look at that face on you, come on.
At least it's me this time.
Well, yeah, the other guy, he's coming back, he's done.
What's up, everybody? Hey, I'm Barrett Carroll. Super white name, super white person. I did the 23andMe and Ancestry and all that too, because I was like, there's gotta be something like a little more colorful in there. There's not. It's nowhere to be found. Well, there's like 1%, like, I think it might have been Nigerian, or it's like very, very small. The rest it's literally like 96% European, so got that working against me, I guess. But I figured I'd come here and talk about something with everybody that's just like a universal conversation, very lightweight. So I was just talking about being European, so I figured I'd bring up the topic of racism. I did grow up in Oklahoma. And what's weird about Oklahoma, well, many things, but one of the things that's really strange is that it's technically the South, but it became the South after the Civil War, because it wasn't a state. And so there's a lot of strange mixtures of different cultures there. But it's always weird to me when I go home, because I don't personally know too much about racism, because I've never experienced racism, but I know a lot of racist people. And it's always weird, because living in LA and traveling the world and going different places truly is the greatest education. And my grandfather used to say that to me. He was like, traveling is really the greatest education, because you'll meet so many different people, different walks of life, you learn a lot. I go home now, and I'll sometimes go see my aunt. And she does, every day, she goes to her neighbor's house and they play, what's that game where they throw...
Cornhole.
Cornhole. They play cornhole and drink all day. It's, I would say it's a Christmas tradition, but it's just
every day. That's what they do. But I go and see him, and he always wants to talk to me about politics because now he thinks that I'm like a communist or something. I don't know. Just because I'm not like blatantly racist, I guess. And so he always wants to have these conversations with me, and it's weird because he's like, "How are you doing? Like, what's up?" And then he's like, "So, you know that racism isn't a thing, right?" No, I'm sorry. He'll be like, racism isn't a thing, right? And I say, I'm like, okay, Bob, like, I'm just like trying to see my aunt for a couple of days, and then he goes off in this tangent. He's like, no, really. He's like, someone called me racist the other day. And he said, I'm not racist. He's like, it's not my fault that Obama is the Antichrist Muslim who's married to a transsexual named Michael. And he's like, that's not racism. Those are just facts. It's hard to meet somebody at that point. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't know where to take the conversation from there. I mean, these are true things that people have said to me. This isn't like I'm not making any of this up, and I just don't know what to say at that point. And it is wild though because there is a lot of unfortunate racism in the world. And there's a lot of people like that. And my grandmother was actually the first person I saw who was like blatantly racist. I didn't go to school until I went to college, and that's a story for a different day. But I had when I was younger, I had a couple of friends that were black, and there's a lot of Mexicans in Oklahoma. And my two black friends when I was a child were they didn't talk about it, you know what I mean? They didn't talk about it, like I didn't know because I didn't have those conversations. And so it was interesting because I never heard anything at school because I wasn't in school, and it wasn't until my grandmother one day it just clicked, and it really shows you how it's taught. It's 100% taught to people because she was just going on these rants about stuff and like telling me that she stopped going to her church that she'd been to for a long time, and I asked her why, and she said it's because the blacks were taking over. And that was truly, and that was what I was like, what? Like, I mean, it was the first time, I mean, that's what I mean. It's like, it's taught to you, because I remember being like a kid, and I was like, what? Like, why would you leave this place you've been? It made no sense. So, anyway, not the most hysterical topic, but I guess it's relevant. But it's sad too. It's sad, when you realize like people that you cared about too are just fucked up, and it's a strange thing. But unlike my racist grandma, my grandfather, as I said, was a very well-rounded, well-traveled man. And which was strange for a guy who grew up he was born in the 30s, and he was born in Arkansas and lived in Oklahoma, so but he had traveled to all 48 states, and that was his dream. He got a job out of school, and he traveled all 48 states, and he made his dream come true. And then America went and colonized 2 more states and really fucked that up for him. And he couldn't say he went to all 50, And it's just, it's kind of messed up. But eventually he got to go to Hawaii, and then he died before he made it to Australia. It's okay. I think missing those 2 states is probably, it might have been what killed him. Actually, I think that was my father, but I'm pretty sure it was my father. But anyway, speaking of fucked up families, anybody else have a fucked up family?
Oh, no.
Anybody?
We're here.
Did you say we're here?
We're here.
Present. Present. Everybody's got a little mess, I think one of the things with my family, I think there was just a lot of inbreeding. I truly, again, with the whole ancestry thing, like on one side I found out I was royal, which was that was kind of cool, I guess. My direct grandfather, 16 generations up, was the King of France. But all the royals are inbred. And still, they're still inbred. They're fucking their cousins, and they got to keep the royal line. You know what I mean? And both sides of my family are pretty. They got some unique qualities. You know, is a good way to put it. And then the other side's more like Appalachian. Like one side's like royal inbreeding, the other one's like Appalachian inbreeding. You know what I mean? And I'm just like somewhere in the middle. Does that make sense? Does that make sense to some people? Okay. I'm glad it's tracking. But yeah, so I'm just like somewhere in the middle of all of that, just trying to figure out my place in the world. And it is wild. I have got to travel a lot, and my grandfather, like I said, he was like, go travel. It's the best education you can get. I mean, I don't think that me doing cocaine at the base of an active volcano at a rave in the middle of the jungle in Guatemala was exactly what he thought by that, but it was an experience, and I learned from it, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't know. Any questions?
Yeah. This would have been such a different story if you were talking about I was homeschooled, meaning I was in a cult. Instead of saying for another time, you held them, and I was just hoping you would come back because that would explain why you have two black friends.
Okay, I got you. I just didn't know. I mean, like, yeah.
You want to go into it, I get it, but you have to. You can't
I get
hold
you.
it at the edge.
I get you.
You was in a cult, man.
Yeah.
For real.
I grew up in a right-wing Christian fundamentalist cult. My father believed he was sent here by God to stop the enrollment process of the Mark of the Beast.
Oh, fuck it.
yeah. Lived on it. Didn't go to school.
Yeah,
But last time I was here, I talked about it. I was like, I don't know. I mean, I've lived other life. You know what I mean? I left at 16. I've lived some other life too. But I mean, I get it. I get it.
You just gave them a gap, and they're just like, so why is that so strange about the father? I mean, like, you know.
Well, yeah, it's not strange. It's not strange. I mean, it's something I talk about like a lot online and stuff now. It's just, yeah, I mean, certainly not. It's not strange. And like I said, I think he probably did kill my grandfather, and maybe not intentionally, but like.
Which means you have work to do.
Oh yeah, tell my therapist, I've been working on it, man. No, I have, yeah. It's been an ever-evolving journey, that's for sure. I mean, because you have the societal things that you're deconstructing, and then I was in such an extreme side of things, so you're already deconstructing that stuff, and then you get into normal society, and you're like, everyone else is gonna be normal, right? No. Like, people are gonna be less hateful, right? No. And it's just different levels of all of those things, you know? And yeah, my whole life, I always say, I mean, this is a little like inspiring for comedy, but I do truly believe this, that life is not about becoming anything, it's about unbecoming everything the world has told you to believe that you are. And and I have found that to be true in my life, and I think that that's true for many people. You know, it's like you go through life, you have religious ideas, you have family, you enter this society with people telling you who you are, what you're supposed to believe, what you do, and then their influence on you, and ultimately you just gotta shed that like a little snake. I don't know why I said little, it could be a big snake, or a lizard, or other things that shed. Some people's skin, I don't know. Eczema. And yeah, you live your life. And ultimately, whether you grow up in a cult or you grow up in a racist family or an inbred family, rather redneck or royal, you know, you gotta just make the boat. You gotta make the boat the best of it, and just keep moving on. So anyway, thank you. I'm on TikTok and Instagram at Barrett D. Carroll. That's it. Barrett D. Carroll. Thank you very much.
Beautiful. That's his second time on stage. Isn't that great? Does anybody know where the sign-in sheet is? Just out of curiosity. You got it? Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you so much. Look at them. Look, there they go. It's like kindergarten. When the teachers don't go. Because I know some people, I'm trying to think who I don't know, and I know that this is all confusing, but you know something? I have not seen this guy up for a minute before I go. I want to see Kenty Foster. Come on, baby, show me something. Show me something, Slim.
I'll show you. I like your Prince shirt.
Oh! Did you sell that?
I just noticed that. I really like it.
No, wait.
Oh man, that was inspiring. Just gonna come up and talk about how my asshole's on fire. Ate some tiki masala before this. Okay. Seriously, I'm so uncomfortable sitting over here. I'm just like, oh, fuck my ass. It burns. Yeah. Man, if I could go back, give myself one piece of advice as a kid, it would be, hey, preparation H is a thing. You know, you don't need all those years of burnt asshole. You know, could have saved me 4 years of pain. I'm gonna get prostate cancer.
Oh, stop it.
Yeah. I mean, 1 in 2 dudes, right? Fuck. All right, dark turn, right from the top. All right. Let's get out of here. Fuck. Oh, I got some good news. On Thursday, but I'm gonna premise it. I'll get back to the good news. A couple months ago, I got a job at a yoga studio, and I was fucking stoked, you know. I love yoga. I love yoga people. I love smoking weed, you know. So yoga studio, great job. But it made me kind of have to like deconstruct some of my past, you know, because I used to be all about like fucking bitches and getting money. You know, now I'm all about, you know, loving the divine feminine and manifesting wealth. You know, we got jokes. All right. But yeah, man. Again, I do love the yoga studio, but I'm leaving already, you know, only after a couple months. It's a short stay, unfortunately, because last Tuesday I had a job interview, and after the job interview, I was pissed off. I was like, these fucking clowns, dude. Like, they asked me, I know, my bad, I know, but like, they asked me this question like mid-interview. It was like a 3-minute long question. Like, it took 3 minutes to get to the question. There were questions throughout the 3 minutes, and I had to ask like 3 times, like, what did you just ask me? Like, what do you want to know? Like, a specific time that I talked to somebody about a problem? Like, come on, you know? But they gave me the job anyway, you know, so they offered me the job on Thursday. Now your boy's gonna be rolling in it, you know? So real good news, you know, because I was getting real close there to there's this, my friend Anthony, this big black guy, he really wants to fuck me. You know, and like, he was like, I could pay your rent if you, you know, so I was getting like real close. So, like, I was really considering it, you know? I was like, that's like good money, like 20 minutes, you know, I could get a little drunk. But fucking thank God I got this job. You know, now I'm back in the corporate world. That's gonna be great. Again, 7 to 4 schedule, Monday through Friday. Fucking big chillin'. We're making money, baby. We'll be making money someday. But yeah,
Gets me going.
it's good. It's good news. But yeah, what else? What else is going on? It's been a busy month. Oh yeah, I'm contemplating becoming a health influencer on top of this new job, you know, because I got a 6-pack, you know, I'm chilling, I could do it. But I don't want to do it online. You know, I kind of want to go door to door, or get knocking, asking these people, do you know about our Lord and Savior, Gwyneth Paltrow? You know, have you heard about her? You know, just one sniff of that snatch, and you go back 3 months in time, and you get to relive everything you did. That's all, you know. Have y'all watched Goop? Yeah, okay. This chick, Gwyneth Paltrow, you know Gwyneth Paltrow? She's selling candles that are scented like her vagina scent. Like, they like bottled that up, and now they sell it as candles. And they're flying off the shelves, you know. They sound like hotcakes, you know. But like, it's fucking weird.
Bold.
It's a bold move, right?
Bold.
Yeah. Bold move, Gwyneth Paltrow. And like, yeah, it was a whole thing, you know. So okay, so I guess you would have to have watched Goop in order to get that bit. Yeah. Stupid bit. Oh, God. How do you get better at comedy? But yeah, man, friggin' Wim Hof, dude. We're doing it, you know. David Goggins, y'all know David Goggins? Yeah, okay, you know David Goggins?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God, yo. She's just always out there saying, stay hard, dude. Like, stay hard. Who gonna carry the boats? You know, running. Like, third jerk off of the day. I just got David Goggins in my ear. To stay hard, and I'm like, I can get through this. You know, I can get through this. Anyways, okay, another stupid bit, but yeah. I need to take a breath. You got me thinking about my family, dude. About all the issues, man. Dude, that's crazy, man. Super racist, radical, growing up in that. I want to, like, do drink. We should get a beer sometime.
Yeah, I'm down.
All right,
I'm down. I'm good. I like IPAs.
Okay. Oh, no, not IPAs.
Yeah,
Never mind, I changed my mind. Anyways, I found out recently that I've got a problem with objectifying women. Yeah, and it's not like that I objectify them, that's the problem. You know, all dudes do that, like, whatever. Okay, we got a little chuckle. Fuck it. All right. This is a joke. All right. All dudes do it, so, like, whatever, you know. But it's, like, how I objectify them, you know. So, like, me and my friend Kyle, we were chilling out at our local matcha spot and, you know, sipping our green drinks. And, you know, matcha spots are great places to go babe watching, by the way, if you're ever wondering, if you ever want to check out some babes. You know, the local matcha spot. I don't know what it is. I don't know, babes, hot chicks, they just love drinks that are green. I think it has something to do with the environment. But, like, I don't know, money, yeah, money. But we were sitting there sipping matchas and checking out babes, and this just stunning woman walks by, and I was just like, wow, like, you are built like a London phone booth, you know, and I'm trying to make a call. And, you know, she kind of just hurried off, you know, I think she was in a rush or something. But, yeah. I'm blanking, guys. Are you taking a video right now?
No.
Or no, not like a video, but like, are you doing one of those, like...
I don't know how to do any of that shit. I take pictures and send them to you and I print.
What was the last date you went on?
Okay.
Yeah, tell us about your date.
It was like a few weeks ago. No, it was like a week and a half ago. But she be ghosting me now, dude.
No.
Katya. You know, I would have let her do anything to me. You know, beautiful redhead, Irish. Oh, yeah. We hit it off. We had a good night. Yeah, we ended up... Yeah, we were drinking, chilling, ran into some people, like her roommate's friends were there at the bar playing pool, so we ended up hanging out with them, and then we hit off this guy, asked her friend to take a picture, and I was like, hey, dude, you trying to put that on your, like, your, what is it, your Tinder? And he was like 60, so it was like kind of funny. You know, but then he starts going off about his Christian Mingle, his Farmers Only, his J-Date, and like he's got like 5 different profiles. And then like 3 minutes later, he's like, I don't know what happened. We kind of zoned out. He kind of continued conversation with the other people, and then he starts taking his pants off. Oh. I'm like, dude, no, don't take your pants off, bro. We're at like, I guess it's Venice, like whatever. But like, but yeah, it was kind of a weird date. But then we ended up going back to her place, just smoking a bunch of weed, watched Mom Was Sunny in Philadelphia. It was a good time. Yeah, real good time. So that was the last date. And then, yeah, I got another one tomorrow with Dominique. I got dates galore right now, dude. Dominique tomorrow, Sierra Saturday, Lauren next Monday. God, dude, it's hard out here. It's real hard out here. All right, anyways, I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks, y'all. I'm Kenzie.
Kenzie, where do we find you?
Instagram. At Kenzie.
K-E-N-Z-Y.
Z-Y.
On all platforms, right?
No.
No, huh? You know, people ask about you guys.
I just want to tell you that there should be a dating service. I was thinking about it. Because they want to know, is this one really gay or is that one like, is he single or... And I'm like, I can't answer these questions. They need fucking jobs. Why do you think I'm doing it live? You gotta get work, so I get work. You don't work, I don't work. Gotta work. I just booked another job, so I'm so happy about that. The man's never met me. It's all voices. and it's for Nintendo, and it's amazing because nobody knows who's on the other end of that voice. You know, Leslie could be doing it like, yeah, baby, you know what I'm talking about. And all of a sudden change up into, and you know something else, I'm also Dominican. I just want to tell you something. The code word for Appalachian, by the way, in Jersey, means that you part black. That's what it means. That's what we always say. When they say Appalachian, we're like, they got some tar in them.
Really?
Yeah, and then my girlfriend, Lori, white as snow, blonde hair, blue eyes, big lips, big ass. I used to always say to her, girl, I said, you're more African than me. I used to always say that to her. She's 36% Banshee. Am I saying it wrong? I don't know, but like, this is a white girl. And she was like, did you know you're right? I've got some tar in me, but like a lot. She's a white girl. But like, you know when there's something that just could be how we could see, because you know who knows I'm black? Other black people and the Beverly Hills Police Department. It's amazing. It's amazing, but I'm not going to hold up the comedy of Hunter. Would I do that? The Hunter's wild tonight. Let's hear it for Hunter. Hunter White. Is it Hunter or reading
Hunter White. Yeah, Hunter White.
White. Okay, White.
Going for Suna. Are we doing okay?
Yes, baby.
We're holding on. I've been referred to as both the New Yorker and the Southerner. Don't know how to process that. When people say I'm like when I say I'm from the South, people often like they think it's like Mississippi South, Florida South. I'm from Georgia, and it's like a different breed of white folk. Like Atlanta is our black friend, like that's yeah, cool. No, I don't know. I'm still thinking about when I got yelled at, and it's fine. But like, I don't know. That's why we do comedy, because we're getting used to We're used to getting yelled at by our parents. Yay! Yay! Thank you. I stumbled through that. I'll do bits. So like, I just got here. I got here like 2.5 weeks ago. I moved to LA. It's pretty chill. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I like the applause. No, I got here and I came for like a couple reasons. Like the first is to like focus on this and focus on comedy, and the other is I don't know if you followed the news in the last couple of years, but Brooklyn went wild. Like when the world ended, Brooklyn went kind of nuts also. And like, I don't know, like my brain like melted really fast at the beginning of the pandemic. Did anyone else experience this, right? Like 2 weeks before, maybe you were apple picking and dreaming about the future. And then 2 weeks in, you started popping Tums and yelling about the Chinese Communist Party. Right? Like all our brains melted real fast. And I find it really funny when people say that the pandemic and masks and the vaccine, it's about controlling the population, the government's trying to control us. Right? You've heard that. But if that's what the government is trying to do, they're doing a shitty job at the whole thing. Right? Because, like, before this whole pandemic, I was like, hoorah, I love America, voting forever. And now, bro, I'm like a market socialist, crypto-fascist. Like, the transition happened quick. That jab didn't turn down anti-government rhetoric. It turned me into a Sesame Street Antifa. Like, down with the government. Please stop fighting. While we're on the pandemic, how do you guys feel about conspiracy theories?
Love it.
You love them? Yeah. Everyone shout out your favorite without being anti-Semitic. It is a challenge.
Tom Hanks eats babies.
What? Tom Hanks
eats babies.
Okay, that's like adjacent to anti-Semitism, though. Like, I know the one. It's fine. We're moving on.
He's barely Jewish.
It's true. I'm a white guy. I shouldn't go down this road. No, but like, I don't know. I love conspiracies, and I think they're fun and great and whatever, but I feel like we're getting kind of lost. We're losing the thread on like the important ones, right? Like, you know, flat earthers. I love a good flat earther. But the thing I will never understand about flat earthers, why are none of them bringing up flat moon? You guys are getting it. Think a little bit about it. We can walk around the earth as much as we want, but we look up in the sky, it's the same sad cheese guy all the time. Right? What does Big Earth tell you? That's right, I said it. Big Earth. We're getting to the truth here, people. What does Big Earth tell you about the moon? Oh, it's connected to the tide. It rotates with the Earth. The other side is the dark side of the moon. The dark side of the moon. All right, let's think about that for a second. We put a helicopter on Mars, but we couldn't put some flashlights on a spaceship? Wake up, people! What What's on the other side? I know, easy, nothing. You know why? It's a cookie put there in 1872 by Caitlyn Jenner and COVID-12. Do your own research, people. Thank you. Take a breath, move on. No, I don't know. I'm like a 90s. Let's talk about this first. How do we feel about cancel culture, like as a group? Because personally, I'm for it. Cancel me. I would love a career boost. Because, like, I don't believe people get canceled. I believe people get themselves a Patreon. I think things get canceled, and it's happened forever. It's not a new thing. I'm a child of the 90s. We had a thing called bum fights. Does anyone remember bum fights? You do, yeah.
You do.
If you don't remember bum fights, it was a series of VHS tapes in the early 90s called bum fights. I don't have to explain why that's not okay. But someone had to, and that became cancel culture. It's been around forever. We got rid of bum fights and we got the internet. That made everything okay, right? Everything's fine because of the internet. No, it's not. I don't know. I was like raised with the internet. Like other 90s kids, you were like raised alongside the internet, right? Yeah, you weren't because cult, but not, okay. Yeah, so like it was weird though. And like, just like my parents, I deeply resent the internet. Because like, sure, it's the greatest thing in the world, but it royally messed up my generation. We didn't have the talk. We had 2 girls, 1 cup. We didn't have dating. We had ASL. We didn't care who you were. You could say 18 female Los Angeles. We knew you were like 43 male Kentucky, but we didn't care. We were cybering our way to intersectionality, people, together as one. It's a new thing. We're getting through it slowly. But thank you guys for being fun. No, the 90s, it was weird though. Like, I think one of the weird things about like growing up when I did is it was like no longer socially acceptable for our parents to hit us, but we could tell they really wanted to. Right? But we were cool with it. We just go outside, we'd play, we'd film porn in the woods. Like that was pretty much the 90s. Like they aren't gonna hurt us, but they're barely gonna protect us. And like in a way, the woods, it was kind of the original 4chan. Just littered with porn and bum fights. Yeah. 90s. Oh, drugs. Let's talk about those. It was funny when they like tried to explain stuff to us growing up, like especially weed. Like when my parents always told me that weed was a gateway drug, right? We know weed is not a gateway drug, right? We're all smarter than that. We know the real gateway drug, right? Everybody, say it with me. Gasoline.
Yeah.
You said alcohol? See, weed or alcohol, you had to know somebody, but like gasoline. Like your parents drive you by the pump, you get a whiff. It's 2 steps away from a good time. No, I don't know. I talk about drugs a lot on stage, but I like don't do that many anymore. Like I used to be a little fucking nuts. I like my psychedelics, I like my weed, but like I really do miss those times I would go hard, kind of benders, right? Because I love a good bender, right? Because a bender's great. You wake up the next morning with like half a bag of cocaine, a used condom, and next to a Christmas tree. Because who doesn't love a good puzzle in the AM? How much time do I have? 3, 2, 3, 4. 3, yay! Okay, so I have a girlfriend. It's cool. We moved here. Wait, I forgot where I was going with that. I completely just blanked on stage. That's fun. I'm gonna look at my phone because I'm a professional.
Can't flake out the girlfriend, dude.
I know, I can't. But, like, here's the thing. I'm not blaming on the girlfriend. She's great. It's just a lot of things to think about, right? Because, like, we moved here together, and, like, we don't have any friends. So she got on this thing called Bumble BFF. You heard of Bumble BFF? He's like, oh, that's a bad decision. Might be. This is a new thing. But, like, Bumble BFF. Here's the thing. BFF. If you get on Bumble, do you need a best friend forever? Can't you just settle for, like, the afternoon? Like just someone to maybe take you to the airport. I don't know. Like best friend forever. I've had a best friend for like 2 years and that faded out. I'll take 24 months. Okay, I don't know where that came from. But I'm, my girlfriend, she's amazing. I'm really glad she came along when she did because I was single for 5 years. And if you're single and loving life, fucking more power to you, do your thing. But for me, it was getting a little dark, right? Like I was just going down like a dark path. No, not drugs. I was gonna get me a bird. I was gonna become bird dude. And that's a bad decision. No one should volunteer. You're like, yeah, you shouldn't be bird dude. No, because bird dude only happens when every person in your life has flown away. No, she's great. Let's just do bets, and then I'll get out of here. This is going phenomenal. This is going great. No, she's a bisexual woman. It's fine. We've done the joke. It's fine. She's bisexual, which I didn't think was weird, but then I told my friends about it, and they started getting weird, which I didn't understand. So I thought about it, and I realized that a lot of dudes are insecure with the idea of their girl getting more pussy than them. And like, she's hot. Maybe she has. I don't know. I don't have the best dick, sir. I got that kind and supportive dick. I don't dick down. I raise up. I'm gonna make her come.
Accept herself.
All right, I'll leave on this. Do we have a fan of the Spice Girls here?
Sure.
Yeah, can you name all the Spice Girls?
Spice. Scary, smelly.
Almost. The only Spice Girls are Salt and Peppa. My name's Hunter White. You can find me on Instagram at my name's Hunter. Have a great night.
Because I couldn't do it. Everybody loves the story, a good story. You had some good stories. So what are you, Lebanese?
No. I'm just really white. Southern French, way back on my dad's side.
Yeah, he got some tar in him. You know what? That's a thank you. I want to make sure I send it to the right number because I could be sending this to other people.
It's on there.
Right. And then when you give this to Nurse Jackie so she can make sure I get my medication because sometimes when you're saddy, you got to get happy and you got to get Patty. So let's do it, Patty.
Oh, hold on.
All right.
That's me. I'm Patty. Well, come on, I'm recording. Keep it going for Sunda. Come on. And keep it going for Hunter and his kind and supportive penis. I gotta tell you, it's amazing. You, kind and supportive people, you kind of sound like a highly caffeinated Paula Deen. You gotta know who Paula Deen is to kind of get that. Do you know who Paula Deen is?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That was insincere. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. The Goop has a vagina candle. Do you know Timothy Chalamet has come out with a testicle incense? It's supposed to be fantastic. Really good. Look at you. Just looking at me, feeling a little bit better about yourself right now, aren't you? Leslie, first of all, I want to apologize for my sister's behavior on that flight. That's why I won't sit next to her on the plane. Oh. So, yeah, kind of a good-looking group. Mostly a couple of shitbags here. You know, all of this, all of it, the whole thing, is about sharing the moment. If we can share, there you go.
Yeah, you have it in the office. Answer it.
You know, I don't know if you know, Ryan has a special coming up on Amazon. It's called Cock, Ass, and Anger.
Oh!
You want to have a look at that. But let's get back, if we may, to the moment. Shall we? See, the whole thing, all of this, is about being together in the moment. Not this moment right now, though. There's a moment that's coming, almost here. This is it! Shit, it's fucking gone. We had it for a second, though, didn't we? Didn't we?
True.
Leslie, she just looked at me like, there's something wrong with you. Johnny, I loved you in Jersey Shore.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Tell Snooki I said hello.
Thank you, thank you.
And, Scott Baio, huh? Chachi. His politics are somewhat to the right of Attila the Hun, right? Something like that. I want to share something with you, if I may. more than the moment. There's sympathy laugh. I'll take a sympathy laugh. Just a couple sympathy laughs. Laughs for the sake of laughing. Yeah, I did it again. He won't stop. He likes the attention. See, you can't be scared to fail. That's the whole thing. You don't be fucking scared to fail, and you don't worry about pleasing the likes of you. Don't worry, because you'll be just as hollow and vacant when you leave here. That's what brought us here. Don't worry. I failed at everything. Everything I've ever tried, I failed at. I failed high school. I dropped out of high school. You know, then I got I got a job at a garbage can factory. I was a top. Not that that matters. And my mother was so worried of what would become of me. She pulled a couple strings and she got me in cake decoration school. Cake decoration school. Yeah, I got kicked out. Failed at cake decoration school. I had an inability to spell and a terrible meth habit at the time. Yeah, so there you go. He's good with that then. Every once in a while, he just cackles. It's amazing. But here's the deal. These times that we live in are odd. In that, like, remember 2015? Remember in the height of the opiate epidemic? Beware of Big Pharma. They're the devil. Big Pharma. Right? Then a couple of years later, with the COVID, it's like, oh, Big Pharma's going to save us.
Yeah.
Which one of the three devils do you put in your body? Well, it's my body, my choice. Well, no, it isn't. Put this fucking shit in your body or you're an asshole. One of these three. Well, okay. You know how many times Pfizer's been fucking sued? Look at the fucking settlement information. My God. They're not your friends. Except for they do make Viagra, so they're my friend. 59, a little help, you know, a little bit. We'll help every once. Don't be scared. Ask for help. A little bit, yeah. A little bit. At least with the Viagra, you know what's coming. With Cialis, could happen at any fucking moment. You know, those unwanted boners of your teen years reappear. You know, and I have to get up 2-3 times a night just to take a piss. And, you know, then the return of the nighttime boner. No, it's not. Just makes fucking, it's more difficult. But here's the deal. Then it's Roe v. Wade is overturned. Then it's my body, my choice again. I don't know. I can't keep track of this. Don't get me wrong. Listen, like, I was raised terminally Catholic. You know, my mother would just shout crazy shit. I was in a cult too. It's called Catholicism. If you're familiar with it, it's been around a while. It's just older than most of the cults. That's all. But she would loud. That's like, oh, Patty! Do you ever notice that the pro-abortion people have already been born? Like, Mommy, I'm 3. Can I have a Pop-Tart? Where's my doggy? And the thing, nobody, I think, is pro-abortion. First of all, men have always had a choice. Right? They could just fucking leave, and many of them did. You know, but they always had that choice. The bigger choice, like, but nobody's pro-abortion. Even people that want to have the choice, they're not whistling a happy tune as they walk into the abortion clinic. I don't think so. With this, you know, little cut in their strut, a little glide in their fucking stride. No! It doesn't fucking work like that, man. It's traumatic. It's rough. I've taken that drive, man. I've taken it 5 times. I got a whole starting bench up in heaven. I'm going to be really pissed when I get there, because we believe their souls are up there. Can you imagine? I do fucking get in by some technicality, and there's 5 souls like, what the fuck, Patty? What's that about? You can get fucking started. Maybe I'll have some pennies to pay. I don't know. And you know what's odd, too, is like, pro-life men are only pro-life until they knock up the waitress at Hooters. Or their darling daughter is impregnated by an El Salvadorian fentanyl salesperson. They're not only pro-abortion, they will drive you to the clinic and pay in cash. You know? And here's a really odd thing, too. The most likely demographic to commit suicide. This is 100% true. I didn't make this up. It's true. I made some of the other stuff up, but this is true. The most likely demographic to commit suicide is a pro-life male. Because they're most likely to have a gun, which is weird, right? You know, and they're most likely to be married to a pro-life woman, which, if you've ever had a look at them, scary looking. Scary looking. And I'm not going to say I'm pro-gun either. I have one. I just have one. You know, we all know someone who, like, they buy another gun and you're like, oh, you got another fucking gun? You know, or then if someone got one gun, you're like, oh, I'm happy you can protect yourself. You know, you got that one gun. That's good. And I'll tell you, it's a scary, am I wrong? Is it a scary world?
Scary.
Oh, yeah.
And I want to be prepared in case I have to kill myself. Look, I told you, I failed at everything. Everything. Take decoration school, for Christ's sake. I don't want to fail if I want to go with a big boom boom. I don't want, what a loser I'd be then, huh? I had my first real love. Really, I loved her so much. She was a much bigger mess than me, so naturally that was irresistible to me. But she would try and kill herself about 2-3 times a month.
Oh,
no.
Mostly by slashing her wrist with a water pick or hurling herself out the basement window. See, men are much better at it. You know, women try more, but we get the job done. Oh, yeah, we get the job done. I have to tell you, I have a project up. Viacom owns BET. I don't know if you know that. And I'd be interested in you as a host. I have a show that I'm developing. It's a half-hour show. It's on BET. I can't host it. Can I? No, I understand. But you would be great. And the name of the show is We're All the Same, Just Different. Just different, right? And what we do is the first 15 minutes are prominent African Americans discussing the vital issues, things that are dealt with every day, the vital issues that affect them, like jobs, right? Like the legal system, like proper education, like the lack of face towels in Caucasian bathrooms. Second 15 minutes is what I call the Caucasian question. That's just white women and Lululemons French kissing their dogs. You like that? You like that? You think that'll go over? Yeah, you guys have been, well, you know, pretty mediocre. If you ask me. Hey, he's giving me the finger. Give him a round of applause. And maybe a margarita or something. Loosen this poor fella up. You ought to try the decaf. Maybe the decaf will work. I want to say this sincerely. You know, this, I can't even describe how unpleasant an experience this would have been without you. And really, I want to say all of you have been supremely mediocre as an audience. I want to close by saying that I was here. I want to remind you of that. And that I do love you. May the least you ever get be the most you ever wish for. My name is Patty. You can find me. I'll be at the Sweaty Pinata in Pacoima next Thursday. I'm not actually in the show. I just hang around in front. And you can, if you want to, if this wasn't fucking enough for you, you can go to Paddy, PADDYFOR, comedy, COMEDY, on the gram.
Yeah.
I'll show some love to Sunda. Come on, a whole bunch of you. Holly!
Patty's on the gram.
Patty's on the gram. Remember measuring the gram?
Yeah, baby. That's all I
Compressing cocaine. Oh my God, I've heard it all. With stockings, no less. But if you think that your name's difficult for Americans, imagine if you had the name Andre Abrahamians, because that's a hell of a name. He's got a story for you. Come on.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Come on, let's do it.
Come on.
Knock it down.
I want you to fall.
Okay. All right. What day is it? It's Monday, right? Let's go Monday. We made it through the weekend. And we didn't kill ourselves. Maybe some of you might later, but it's not my problem. Oh, man. So many things going on today. So many things I've learned. Oh, man. I learned, first off, that I can't tell the difference when I'm hungry or when I'm horny. It's like,
Oh, shit.
yeah, it's like you don't know what you want, right? Anyway, that's just a passing thought. Yeah, so, oh my goodness. I'm so happy to be here. I cannot tell you. It's been a rough day for me. Centuries ago, when I was in college, Tinder was launched, and it gave me an opportunity to match with women who were way out of my league. It was awesome, but it was rough because the women had come with such like rigorous standards, right, gentlemen? Sorry, ladies, it's not for you, but right? It's absurd, right? It's like you must. But here's the thing. Okay, before I get into that, I'll be honest. Like Tinder is kind of like eye contact, right? Like it's kind of like you look someone up, okay, you know. You look someone up, no, thank you. You know, it's that. But now we have all we use is words. That's all we use, and that is supposed to filter out all the people that we're supposed to be into. Has anyone been? I'm not Kenzie. I know you are. You're the king. You're the king. But does anyone else do online dating here? Right? Do you guys just try it out for fun? Is it like a side option?
Yeah, it's cool.
It's a side option, right? Personally, I'm so old. I still like meeting women, you know, in person.
You can do both.
You can do both, but here's the thing: you don't really know what you're getting into, right? You got this girl who's like, you know, I'm looking for a man who's 6'3". I'm looking for a man who has a strong buttocks. I'm looking for a man who is not a vegan, animal activist, BDSM, gluten-free, like likes to go to Disneyland on Sundays type of guy. And I'm like, this is the girl I matched with. I'm not even kidding. And I'm not 6'3", obviously, you know. But it was funny because her profession, she was like, I'm a part-time model. No, she was a model, skateboarder, and barista. And I was like, you can't be all three. I'm sorry. Like, you just can't. Like, I know you're multi-talented, you're multitasking, but you can't be all three. And it's funny, like when I first started using Tinder, I realized that I have no standards and that I'm swiping right on every attractive, any woman that's attractive, I'll swipe right. But you ladies are much more selective, and that I respect. But what I also realized is that you guys hold the secret. You guys are like fairy Tinder godmothers. Have you guys ever texted a woman for your guy friend before? Have you ever never done that on Tinder? Nobody? Is it only me? Okay, I'll tell you this. Guys, ask your lady friends to text on your behalf. It's gonna get you a date every single time. Obviously, they know them a little bit better than we do. You know, that's why women are good with women. You know, they understand each other. And every single time my girlfriends texted other girls, I got a date every single time. The problem was when we met up, the girls thought, okay, I'm being catfished now, okay? And I was like, no, it's me. It's like, I was like, of course I love Gilmore Girls. Like, of course I'm a cake boss. Like, what are you talking about? I was like, look at this mani-pedi I got. Don't you understand? I take care of myself. No, they saw right through my facade, and that's it. We gotta be better, guys. We gotta be better at bullshitting, you know? And that's usually 6 to 7 weeks after we meet a woman. That's when they're like, oh, you're not as successful as I thought you were. And I'm like, okay, you know, but, you know, they're right. But, yeah, so, I try to be a nice guy, especially to the women I date. I really do. I try to be a gentleman, always. I try to buy them nice things, too, to show I care. But, sometimes I get it wrong, and most of the time I get it wrong. But I'll be like, "Do you want this beautiful LVMH bag?" And she's like, "No, I want BDSM." Exactly. Oh shit is right. And I'm like, if you don't know what BDSM is, I'm not gonna tell you. But the truth is, the devil doesn't wear Prada. The devil wears a ball gag. If you don't know what a ball gag is, I'm not going to help you. But talking about balls, I think we all know that's where it all started. All right? And therefore, I'm talking about my father. That's where it all began. Everyone. I know, it's fun. My dad is the only man I will let to beat the shit out of me, I think. Honestly. And for you white folks, it's okay if your parents beat you. Like, you're not special. It's better. I think I'm more disciplined. Because I learned with white parents, it's like they'll look at you and they'll say, go to your room and think about what you've done. Or go to your grandma's house, right, Barrett? That's probably punishment for you. But my parents, no, they just beat me until I remembered what I did wrong. And not my mom, just my dad. And my mom be like, oh my God, stop. Like I'm some type of refugee running around. And my dad is like, he's like chasing me and he's like tired afterwards. Oh, stop running. And I'm like, I don't want this. And then, no, my dad's my hero, man. He worked so hard. He came to this country, he was 21 years old from Iran. He had no education. He didn't speak English. And he had only $5 in his pocket. Every time he tells this story, there's a different number of dollars in his pocket. It starts out, he's like, Andre, when I came to this country, only $5 in my pocket. What have you done today? And I'm like, all right, fair enough. And he's like, Andre, when I came to this country, I only had $19 in my pocket. What have you done with your life today? And then he'll be like, Andre, I came to this country with a bag of carrots and some tabbouleh. What have you done with your life today? And I'm like, Jesus, Dad, I don't know, man. He went to San Jose State. He did good. He got 2 degrees, working 2 jobs. He did it in 6 years, but like he did it. And if he had known that his only son was gonna be a theater major that smokes weed, I think he would have pulled out, man. Seriously. Yeah, I tell him, Dad, at least I finished college in 4 years. Come on, you know? And he's like, Andre, the good one. But my dad, oh, man, dads, man. You love him and you love family. You can't do anything about it. Barrett, unless you know, maybe your dad did, though. No, it's funny. We think about, I feel like people are like, you shouldn't think about the things that are going on in your life. You know what? I'm not going to do that. You know, dropping your phone is like, it's like dropping a baby. Honestly, right? You're like, oh, shit. It's fine. I'm just, yeah, what is that? Oh, it's caved in? I'll get a rhinoplasty when she's 16 for about mitzvah. It's fine. It was my grandma's birthday this weekend. She's 92 years old. Can you guys give it up for this? She won't give up, man. Her husband died in 2004 of Parkinson's, and still to this day, she's like, Andre, I cannot wait to be with Wolfgang again. And I'm like, I don't know what, yeah, hurry up. Like, what are you waiting for? Like, what's going on? No, she just talks about death all the time, and I get it. Anyway, my folks were in town for my grandma's birthday, so I was picking her up from the hotel in Glendale. Oh man, it's okay. I'm Armenian, I'm Persian, I'm Russian, which means I'm hairy, I'm shallow, and I'm a threat to our democracy. I lived in Armenia for 5 years, but only the good part, Glendale, and it was great. And if you don't know who or what an Armenian is, imagine if like a Mercedes-Benz had a personality, okay? If you go to Armenia, you're gonna see a woman with an hourglass figure who's 60 years old with chest hair. That's what Armenia is. Anyway, so I go to pick up my parents, and they came from the East Coast, so they're on PST, Persian Standard Time, which means they're always like 30 minutes late to anything. So I'm waiting. I really gotta use the bathroom, so I just park the car. I like run in there. I go in, and right as I get to the bathroom, there's a woman cleaning, and she's a nice, small, 70-year-old woman. She's like, hello, and I'm like, oh, hey. I'm like, I can come back, and she's like, oh, no, it's okay. I'm like, no, I don't think it's okay, for me, at least. I'm like, and she's like, no, if it's good with you, it is good with me. And I'm like, okay, let's do it. So I go into the stall, take off my pants, put on the little piece of paper, and I go, it just goes, okay? I go, diarrhea, if you don't get what I'm saying right now. It was awful, okay? And I hear her, I swear to God, she goes, oh! And I hear a thud. Anyway, that's the only time I've murdered someone. So, anyway, thanks for listening to me try new stuff. Give it up for your host, Sunda, if you want to find me, I'm on 2 phone Andre, the number 2. Gonna be posting some stuff there soon. But anyway, give it up for your host. She's fantastic. And all of you, this was a lot of fun. Great.
I want to use that bathroom. I want to see what that's about. And I'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Okay, ciao. Ciao, me.
Later on.
I got a few things to do, places to go, but before I do that, I just have to bring up this lady for a few seconds. She said not to, but I have to. Tova Zaffron, come here for a minute, Tova. Come on. We gotta go. Come on, sweetie. I know. I know, but...
I wanna do this. Wait, I was thinking about some funny stuff. I won't lie. I won't lie. I'm like, I don't want to do it, but then I still think of funny stuff. I'm like, Andre, you're making me think of really funny stuff. Like, oh, sorry, I keep touching the mic. Let me stop. Oh, please don't record this. Sorry, I don't want them to record me. What's it called? When you talk about your parents beat? No, I had thought about the best story ever. My mom. I love you. This is how I start every sentence. I have a friend who calls me out on this. Every time before I'm about to say something, I always go, I love you, but, and then I go into it, so they always know it's coming. But basically, I don't know, long story short, I was in 1st grade, my mom broke her ankle, she fell, whatever. My sister, love her to pieces, she had a little smart, she got a little smart with her mouth, said something she shouldn't have said. My mom was in this big old moon boot and crutches, throws down these crutches and starts running down the hall. I looked at my sister, I said, she's gone. I said, because if she, and that's the last time I saw, that's the last time I messed with you. I said, if she's running with a broken ankle in a moon boot, but I just got surgery actually in April, and I had a moon boot, and I was a little, excuse my French, I was a little bitch about it. I couldn't do anything. I was so damn dramatic. Like, someone would touch me, I'd be like, oh no, don't touch me, you ruined the stitches, I gotta go back. They're gonna do it again. I gotta go back into surgery. 2 ligaments. It's not even that deep. Like, it really wasn't that deep. I'm just a baby. Like, I was crying. The nurse was like, don't cry because you're going to make me cry. I'm on my period. I was like, girl, I can't help it. We over here crying. I'm crying with the nurse. She was amazing, though. God bless her. I wouldn't have gone through that. And then, and I really was scared. Ooh, sorry. I keep touching it. I don't know why. I was really, I was scared because I was like, I don't know when the anesthesia is going to kick in, Like, I'm the type of person, like, it's not going to work on me, also, like, sometimes, so, like, I'm like, that's not going to work on me, and I had to tell them that, but they're like, no, it'll be fine. I get in the room, we're listening to some Bruno Mars, and then I swear I wake up. I was just like, wait, when is the surgery? I looked down, I was like, wait, where am I? I've had some, who said that they don't remember when they wake up? Who said something? Oh, he did, yeah. I had those moments, I won't lie. I've been there, done that. And I thought that was one of those moments. I was like, no way did that just happen. I woke up like, I don't know. Like, I woke up like I just saw the gates of heaven. Like, I was that shocked. That's all I gotta say.
I'd show up the plumber.
No, I will not, because she tried it. Actually, I will, because it's too late now, and I've already set myself up for failure, so who cares? In my defense, it was after a celebration, an evening, a couple glasses of wine, we all know where that goes, to bed, I'll tell you that much. Then you wake up, and it's a nightmare. So I woke up with the nightmare of the headache, and I was like, ooh, yay, headache. And I wasn't really in the mood to talk to nobody, but if you guys know my mom, she don't care. She don't care. She'll invite you over. She don't care. She'll be like, listen, you might be half asleep in your pajamas, but the President of the United States is in the house. Like, it's time to get up. It's time to get dressed. It's time to go. You won't even know. You'll be like, no, I can't. I didn't even shower yet. Nope, it's time. I didn't brush my teeth. Nope. So anywho, and you'll say no, and she'll still do it. She'll still make you. So I was like, Mom, I don't want to. She was like, Toby, you to see this plumber. Like, this plumber's really attractive. I'm like, yeah, sure. Funny. I was like, you're so funny. I don't really. I'm looking at you. No, eye contact. Because I'm calling you out. I didn't care. I still didn't care. I don't care now. I was like, I don't care. I was tired. I was like, me go back to bed. Then you know what she does. She'll pull this on anybody. That look, you know, the mom look. I call it the Sunda look because she'll do it to anybody, but it really is the mom look of like, you know, when your parents trying to introduce you to somebody and you're like doing that, and they give you that, and you have to go because if you don't, you'll die. Like it's one of those things. I was like, might as well live. Like, and then I always think about it after. I'm like, why do I keep? No disrespect, but I'm like, why do I keep doing this? Like, I'm about to be 20. I'm like, I'm still so scared. I still am gonna answer to that call till the day I die. Oh Lord. But anywho. So she doesn't look, and I get scared, so I go. And my sister goes too, and she got like her sleeping cap on. Like we look crazy. We just look busted. Okay, there's nothing to do about this. And I see the plumber. Plumber's attractive. Okay, she's right. She got it right. The plumber's attractive. Now you know when someone like you in school and like your friends like, ooh, they're gonna do this, and you're like, psh, they're not gonna do that, and then they do it, and you're like, I told you so. I knew she was saying I told you so in her head, right? And at that point, I didn't know what to do because I didn't like when she was right, especially so I just laughed. I laughed right in his face. I laughed right in his face. He didn't even say nothing yet. And I was like, I'm sorry. Like, and I couldn't. Yeah, that was it. It wasn't really that funny, but she loves talking about it. She loves to tell everybody about this story.
He's gorgeous.
Child. You can't find me anywhere. Find me in my bed, sleeping. I like to go to bed early. It's almost bedtime, actually. What you mean? All right, I gotta go. Let me get off this stage. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Thank you. Let me just say this, guys. I didn't expect that guy to come to my doors, the Roto-Rooter man. That's all I gotta say, right? And I'm like, oh, did I startle you? He goes, no, I had a heart attack. And I was like, a heart attack? How old? He's like, well, you know, I was 28 when it happened. I'm 30 now. And I was like, that's a good enough age for them. You know, a little older. That's how it should be. The Torah says the man should be older, right? But he was fine, right? And she's like, I don't care, whatever. But she looked at him, and she just started giggling and laughing in his face. And the sister comes out with the sleep hat. All right? This is the sister with the blonde hair. What's she doing with a sleeping cap, Mom? What's she banging for? You don't even know. It's your own hair. What are you doing? I gotta head out of here, so I gotta bring Andre up to bring up the rest of this show. I want to thank you guys so much. I wouldn't leave if I didn't have to, but I have to. You don't have to leave right away. I do. I'm the one because I gotta sign in. Just in case you are? Okay. And we have to have Jacqueline Hilera, and we're going to have Anya, and I love all of you, and I'm going to be, hopefully, at the store. So if anybody knows where my pocketbook is, I'll dance at your wedding. Do you know where's my pocketbook? Oh, don't tell me the card is just gone.
No, it's right there.
Oh, thank you, Lord. Shouldn't be on the floor. We won't make no money.
All right, let's say our goodbyes to Sunda and family and co. Thank you for coming to the LA School of Comedy.
And make sure you pay and make sure you leave my phone number because then I'll send you the other guy left already.
Next time on LA School of Comedy.
Next time on LA School of Comedy, we're going to see Anya nude. Hey. Give it up for Ryan. Ryan, I love you.
Yeah, let's give it up for Ryan real quick, man. He's been a trooper. You know, he puts in his time and his effort, and he lays down the law, okay? It's like martial law over here. It's Ryan's law. You should add that to your religion. That's a good bit. All right, we're going to keep the show moving. That's what we do here. Let's keep it moving. I'd love to bring on the lovely Nurse Jackie. I know there's a show by the same name. Hopefully you're funnier than that crazy lady. No, just kidding. She's fantastic. But good luck. Have a great show.
Yeah, so my name is Apple. I've heard that was my cute nickname compared to the other names that were more like whacked out. So I've been called Jackie, Wacky, Yacky, everything. But the best part of it is my dad. Like, my dad always loved, I was the most planned child of all. I don't know how many of you were planned. We know why we're here, right? We had wonderful parents, most especially mine. So They said 98% of the women who failed to perform their abortions or did not get an abortion actually are happy that they didn't have an abortion, which leaves 2% of the women pacing back and forth trying to figure out how to get rid of their crazy 5-year-old. And that is my mother. So she used to say, so if my mom didn't want me to do something, like she heard somebody, like me and my cousin were like in bed sleeping. Not in a weird way, it was just kids. We were sleeping. My mother walked in and started pointing at me, and I have no idea. And she goes, if you ever do drugs, I will slice and dice you, squeeze the blood out of you, then I'll make you bleed. And I'm like, well, it's not really an order. Well, it turns out there's a couple of guys that killed their parents, and so my mom thought, I'm bad enough as it is, she'd really gotta, it's too late for an abortion, So, 9 pounds, 10 ounces. You know how big that baby is?
Yeah.
9 pounds, 10 ounces.
Healthy baby.
Yeah. Now, I don't know what it's like to be in jail, but apparently while I was in there, they had a debate. Is it worth letting this kid live? Because I'm supposed to have mongoloidism. You know what that is?
No.
Down syndrome. Trisomy.
Oh.
So, I'm like, considering like Asians are part Mongoloid, you know that, right? How could you tell the difference? And then Down syndrome. I didn't have Down syndrome. I had crazy syndrome, angry syndrome, every syndrome under the sun, but not Down. My sister was depressed. She had Down syndrome, okay? Meanwhile, my father would always say things like, if anything happened to you, Apple, I'm gonna die. My sister wanted to commit suicide. Talk about that, And I figured, and my mother wanted to kill me. With words. Because my dad wouldn't let her hit me, which it all comes out in the mouth. So, I watched my sister, we were in San Francisco and she's walking her daughter. And, like the son and the daughter, we were all in San Francisco. It's kind of hard, right? And then my sister goes, Hannah, if you don't catch up, Mommy's gonna cut off your legs. So I went to my niece. I'm like, don't feel bad. That's just how we talk. My mother wanted to slice and dice me. Thank God that woman never cooked. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want her near the knives. Does her mom cook?
Barely. She's dead.
Oh.
Did your mom cook?
She's cooking in hell.
Oh my God! What is going
That's
on
a bit
here?
much, lad. It's a bit much. But you're going the extra
Did your mom cook?
I think she cooks, so yeah, maybe.
Oh, definitely. Are you kidding?
Yeah. Your mom.
Has to.
Yeah, it's
Ryan.
mandatory in our religion. Yeah.
Was it John?
Johnny.
Johnny.
Yes, ma'am.
Your mom cooked?
Oh, yes. She's cooking right now.
Oh, that is so wonderful. I'm glad if my mom gave me food.
They have the same
Yes.
idea.
Yeah, but
Oh man.
it's like mom's supposed to cook, right? Well, guess what? My mom is first base feminist. She doesn't know how. Never knew how to cook, never cleaned. I don't know what slavery was like, but I personally lived it for 17 years. I had to do the cooking, the cleaning at age 8. Now my sister did the cooking, I did the cleaning. There was no boy in the family, so I became the boy, without a dictator. Without one. I mean,
No toy toy.
No toy toy. So I gotta tell you something about Filipinos, okay? Because somebody mentioned about racism. You know who the biggest racist is?
Philippines.
That's my second joke.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Lance Armstrong. That's the biggest racist. He raced all over the place. France, Italy, everywhere, right? He's the biggest racist. But the second one, skilled nursing home. Guess what?
Philippines.
Philippines. Except we have the best antidote for it. We either feed you, get you drunk, get you laid, and there, that ends right there, okay? We fed every conquerors we've ever had. That's a fact, okay? There's a reason, okay? There's a reason. No Filipino is full-blown Filipino. Never 100%. We are just the little hot dogs. You know, there's big hot dogs. We're the little hot dogs, okay? Filipinos are mixed race. You couldn't be more mixed, like a Mexican, Asian mix, whatever it is. Okay, you will never know what's in that pot. So, now the other thing, I gotta tell you this story. Talk about some 90-year-old woman. Okay, you know, my mother always told me, I put you in this world, I bore you in this world just so you could take care of me. Well, you know, I took care of them, and, you know, like, I guess this is normal. Like, Filipino parents literally tell their kids, you need to work, and I want your money. Okay? That's normal for Filipino parents. When they said, like, master, you know, some people think they have parents, and honestly, I felt like we had two masters. You know, they told us what to do. You know, if you get yelled at, luckily we weren't beaten. You know, my mom would love to. You know, I remember that guy said, you know, no parents are allowed to hit their children, but they would love to. So they don't take care of them. Let them hurt themselves out in the fields. So I had this 90-year-old lady that, you know, I was taking care of. And by the way, I was really happy because by the time I worked in the skilled nursing, I found out I actually will get paid about caregiving. Okay? So I, you know, racism for breakfast, sexism for lunch, dinner time, perverts. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
That's normal. We had a lady walked in. Oh, I gotta tell the 90-year-old. So the 90-year-old lady, every time I picked her up, she always told me, I am too heavy for you, you can't pick me up. And I'm like, you're 4'8". I'm like 4'11". Most of the guys that I lift are 5'11", so you're fine. And she was like, I wish my husband didn't die with a flashlight on his head. And I'm thinking, okay, is this like a police, you know, like putting a flashlight on her husband's head? I'm like, oh, she's so delusional. She repeated that numerous times until finally she told me. Apparently she killed her husband, who kept staying drunk, and she's got 3 kids. So the doctor declared that she, you know, the husband died of a heart attack. Except they didn't cremate people back then. They put them on a funeral, right? And there's a circle on the head. And so she had to live with that. And I was thinking, you know, God does not like divorce, but I think he'd prefer that. Right?
Yeah.
So the other one, he would always like, he loves to, I got a Jewish guy that, he was a dentist, nice guy. But I was having him wash himself, and then I said, okay, are you clean enough, sir? And I was like so young and 20-ish at the time. And he goes, the only thing that's not clean are my thoughts of you.
Oh.
So I said, okay, you're gonna have Muhammad tomorrow. Muhammad's actually super nice. And he's a dude, so that works out. Then the last one, you should walk in dinner time, okay? We had a woman walked in, spread eagle, scratching her breast. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what are you doing exposing yourself? Oh, they're big enough to come out. But I'm like, but you're a pastor's wife. I mean, what are you doing? But that just happens, you know. She said she was itchy and nobody came to help. So, anyway, I have 2 things to tell you. Okay, number 1, don't hurt yourself.
Right.
Okay, don't hurt yourself, you know. There's plenty of things that can hurt you. So, hang in there, you know. Because, you know, like, ultimately, only Jesus really hanged in there. You know what I mean? Like, only he's the only one that hanged in there.
She nailed it.
Oh, that's true. We only. It's true. It's true. I did. I nailed him on the cross. It's true. Yeah, there was a guy that says, we don't know who nailed Jesus on the cross. Okay, so here's the thing. Whatever it is you're going through in life, and you feel like you got nailed on the job, only Jesus got nailed on the job. And he's a carpenter.
All right. Here for Jackie. Nice.
I love hearing those stories about those people who can't help themselves, you know? I'm kidding. It's true. It's real. Hey, Mr. Schwanz is back. All right, we're going to keep the comedy going. You guys want more comedy?
Sure. Come on.
We're not comedy now, right? This is why we came here. To escape reality. To fall into another reality. So before we say goodnight, I want to bring on a special guest, a friend, Anye West.
Yeah, man. Come on.
All right.
I don't know what it's gonna be, but we just film it for whatever.
It's being live streamed.
Nah, I want it on there because I'm gonna do something with the film. I be doing reels and shit. You feel me? On my IG shit, little ball. What's good, people? What's good, people? Thank you guys for staying through the show. We'll get out of here real soon. I'm dressed like this just because I work with Under Armour, so we get to just wear shit like this. It's pretty casual. It's a great job for me. Dress code is very lenient. But one thing about me is, funny enough, like I had work today. I was really on my way to work, but I think I'm addicted to applying to jobs. Like, even when I don't need a job, like, I'm so quick to leave a job. I don't know. I feel like I'm not passionate about anything other than, like, you know, comedy and, like, writing and shit. You feel me? So, like, the entertaining stuff is fun, you know? So, it's like all this other stuff, I just, like, it's whoever's paying me the most. I don't give a fuck what I do, right? So, I'm literally going to the post office to drop off mail. And as I'm walking in, I pass this lady setting up a tent. And she's like, oh, nice legs. Oh, have you ever thought about being a mail carrier? And I was like, well, I'm carrying mail right now. What's it looking like? Do it look doable? Like, am I doing it well? You feel me? Like, do you see potential in me? Is what I asked her. And she was like, oh, yeah, actually, you can apply right now. I'm like, right now I can apply? And she, like, turns over the poster, and it's a job fair. I just walk into a job fair casually. Like, how does that happen? That's just how my life works. Like, I just walk in and shit. And I applied. I, mail my shit and apply. And she was like, oh, yeah, like, I got to question 7B on there. And it was like, do you use any illegal drugs? And it's by the federal. So it's like marijuana is, and it literally said marijuana is considered an illegal drug. And I looked up from the paper, or from the laptop, and I said, excuse me, Miss Ma'am, excuse me, 7B. I'm high right now. You feel me? Like, and she was like, she looked at me, she's like, oh, don't even worry, we can't even test, because apparently because of COVID protocols, now they don't even test. Now you know, if you wanted a government job, this is the time to get in. You feel me? They're not even testing. Like, they're not even drug testing. That was what was holding you back. Now you can get in that bitch. So she's like, oh, don't even worry about that. Like, well, then, forget I said anything. I finished my application, sent it in. And she was like, oh, yeah, we'll email you later. Just finish out the question. So, yeah, we'll see. Maybe I'll be delivering mail soon. I might be dropping some mail off in your neighborhood. Yeah. I don't know if you see me. Throw me in water or something. It looked hot. That's what it looked like. I mean, it looks very hot to do that. But let's talk about something, please. What I want to talk about. I just got back from, I took a little vacation to Indio, right? Does anyone know where Indio is? Yeah. Right? If you don't know where Indio is, Palm Springs is where it is. So Indio doesn't sound like Palm Springs, right? So I was thinking, like, weather-wise, I wasn't expecting desert. You feel me? I wasn't dressed for desert weather. You feel me? Like, I got there at night, got out the car, and the way that he disrespected me, I called 911. I was like, something's going on outside, because it's too Shit slapped me in the face. It was hot as shit out there. It was 111.
Yeah.
For what? Why is it even that hot? Why do we live in places like this, guys? I don't understand. But I was there for the whole weekend. I had already paid to be there. And I was like, yo, this is crazy because I did not even expect that. Really dumb of me. But I be high. I be doing shit like that. I don't know. It's not my fault, though. People hear that I be doing my edibles all the time. And really, I want y'all to know that it's not for me. It's bigger than me. All right? I do this for the community. I do it for the community, bro. It's a trickle-down effect. I'm paying cash. I'm getting the change. I'm not tipping. I'm going back to the homeless population with that. You feel me? I'm donating. This is a real trickle down. The government lies. I do it for real. And even if you don't believe it, I believe it. So it makes it work for me. I don't know. This is what I do to make myself feel like a good person. And I'll just finish on this because I like telling this joke. I was leaving a weed shop one time, and there was this homeless guy. I was speaking of homeless guys. That's why it just made me think of this joke. And he was outside the weed shop, and I'm like already grabbing my wallet. Like, okay, I'm finna give this dude some money or something, right? And he's like, weed. I'm like, excuse me, sir? He said, weed or meth? I said, whoa, those are two totally different vibes, sir. You gotta pick a side. You can't be smoking meth, listening to Wiz Khalifa. You gotta pick and choose the life you wanna fucking live, sir. It's probably on the street right now. You have no fucking direction, all right? And I'm trying to help him out. Secondly, do I look like I have meth on me? Like, I was on my way to work. I had a more strict uniform than this. Like, I was in a real, like, black pants, slacks, and a black polo. I'm like, is this the meth giver outfit? Like, is this what the fit was given? And then do it look like I got a bounty of meth? Like, I got meth to share. Like, is meth a shareable drug? Like, I've never really been sitting with somebody like, hey, man, what you finna get into? Shit, bro, I'm finna bust down this meth. You trying to tap in? Like, hell no, I'm not trying to, what the fuck? No. I grew up in a church. You can go in church smelling like weed, but you can't walk in a church smelling like some fucking meth. That's wild as shit. Not doing that. What's my time at?
5 minutes left.
Oh, 5 minutes left. No, that's 5 even. Thank you guys so much. I had so much fun being back up here. I'll write some more jokes for the next time. That's Kanye West on Instagram. That's ONYEWEST. Fuck with the shit. All right, thank you.
Right. Keep it short, keep it light, keep the comedy going. That's what we're here to work it out. We're here to just figure it out and maybe just feel better about ourselves. So anyway, thank you all for coming to the LA School of Comedy, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Give it up for your host, real quick. Me, actually, that's me, that's right. And for your producer, Ryan, that's what I meant. Ryan, you the man. We're gonna miss you. Anyway, thanks everybody, and have a wonderful night. We're done? Great.